high school basketball on your local sports leader. Classic Hits 97.9 XFM. Let's go courtside for pregame information.
Welcome to Altamont. It is the fifth night here at the 89th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. We are dancing our way through this week of basketball. Hopefully not like John Mellencamp suggested just before we went on the air. I'm Matt Robinson. Jeff Tunn to my left tonight as Jeff has joined us. Dustin is going to be calling the girls' game over at Teutopolis. Boy, what a fun game that's going to be. Effingham and Teutopolis girls. That'll be on KJ Country 102.3. Had other plans, so to speak, for the family emergency. For Greg is the reason for the switch. So just keep him and his family in your prayers. And with that said, Jeff, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, good to be here. It's going to be fun. I was actually looking, going to that T-Town Effingham girls game. That ought to be a good one over this. Good time of year to be those two teams play each other. Now's when you want to get better. But, hey, here we are. Watch a good NTC tournament. There's nothing better in the area than this tournament over here.
It is a fun tournament to take in. There's a pretty good crowd already filing in for this opening contest between South Central and St. Elmo Brownstown. Winner moves on to the Consolation Championship to take on Windsor Stew Straws tomorrow afternoon. The loser will have to open up play tomorrow morning at 11:30 against Neoga in the seventh-place game. So that's what's at stake here in this matchup, a consolation semifinal between South Central and St. Elmo Brownstown. Of course, we're already starting to see a little bit of maroon in the gymnasium, a little bit of orange and black from Altamont. Those are teams from Dietrich and Altamont will be playing the nightcap for the right to take on St. Anthony in the championship game of this 89th Annual NTC Tournament. So a lot on the line here as we get this Friday night started of high school basketball. Let's take a break. We'll come back with some more pregame information on the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. It's ahead here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3. Diedrich Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC Tournament. Diedrich Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
This is the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. For all your transportation needs, see Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota as they celebrate 65 years of serving the area.
National Trail Conference Tournament boys basketball action coming your way once again tonight here on 97.9 XFM, as well as our YouTube channel. Caleb and Liz doing a great job all week, working through a minor issue or two from now and then, getting you the best pictures and bringing you the best coverage on our YouTube channel, along with our terrestrial radio broadcast, and you can even catch it online at 979xfm.com. And that's where you go to find the link if you want to. Right on the main page, there's an NTC banner. Click on that, and you can also let us know where you are watching or listening from. Always appreciate the kind comments that people have passed along, and always appreciating knowing where all we're getting to with this National Trail Conference Tournament. We'll read out a name or two as we can throughout the broadcast of two games tonight. The opener in the consolation bracket game is South Central and St. Elmo Brownstown, a matchup of the 6 and 7 seeds trying to get to that consolation game against Windsor Stew Straws. And this is St. Elmo kind of had to play an extra game because of the way the tournament folds out. They, the 7 seed, fell to Dietrich in their opener 61-41. So they had to play an elimination game on the consolation bracket last night in the opener at 5, where they beat Cowden Herrick Beecher City 61-41. So they lost by that score, then they won by that score, and that's how they got here. South Central fell to Altamont, the 3 seed, 48-39. So South Central playing in their second game of the tournament, and St. Elmo Brownstown already going to be their third. And playing one more tomorrow, that's a big end of the week with games Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, especially for the Eagles.
Absolutely. I mean, by tomorrow they may have tired legs under them. Tonight, I think the adrenaline will take care of tonight. Playing on a Friday night, big stage, the good crowd. Tomorrow morning might be a little different for them.
And one thing in the game last night, in the victory for St. Elmo Brownstown, Graydon Wilhauer, the 5'11 sophomore, made 9 3-pointers in the ball game. Anytime that happens, you start to think, wonder, is this a record? Is this something? Yes, it was a school record. Broke the record of Tom Webb, who had made 8 in a game. That's been a few years ago for Tom, as I can say that because I was announcing games that he was playing in still. But so congratulations to Graydon Wilhauer on that school record with 9 3-pointers made last night. And congratulations to Tom Webb as well, holding that record for a few years, let's say.
And those records are out there just to be broken.
Yeah. And it was a lot of fun to see that. And St. Elmo Brownstown is going to hope for the same type of scoring output tonight, but it's a little difficult to come by against the Cougars. They play a 1-2-2 zone primarily, and they do it well, and it usually limits their opponent's opportunities, and they'll be looking to do the same tonight. And anytime you have that kind of defense, it can be an adjustment for the opposing team.
The 1-2-2 is not something you see very often, and Blake does it. He's a master kind of at it. He studies it. He does real well with it. Get these kids prepared, anticipation, that's the key to the whole of zone defense. And most of the times, a lot of teams don't see the zone defense, and that gets them happy.
Well, we'll have the same 5 starters for both teams. We'll let you know who they are going to be when we come back for the tip-off. Here on the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show, it's St. Elmo Brownstown and the South Central Cougars. It's the 89th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. It's coming your way on this Friday night in 2 minutes on 97.9 XFM.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of Success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers. Thanks for watching the NTC tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Starting lineups being announced to the pretty good crowd already for this opening game of the night. South Central will be the visitors. They come in with a record of 13-7 under head coach Blake Doring. They will start at a guard, number 11, Brody Markley, a 6-foot senior. He is averaging 9.5 points a game. He had 6 in the loss to Altamont on Wednesday night. Another perimeter player is Callaway Smith, number 20, another 6-foot senior. He had 6 as well. in the loss to Altamont, and he averaged about 6 points a ball game. Gage Easton will run the point, a 6'1 senior, number 21. He averages about 3.5 points a ball game for the Cougars. He'll be joined out there at the post position by Seth Bergman. Bergman, a 6'2 senior, wears number 40, averaging 10 points a game. He also had 6 against Altamont. Rounding out the lineup is a 6-foot sophomore, number 23, Weston Nielsen. He's their leading scorer on the season, averaging 16 points a game. He had 19 in Wednesday night's game. For the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, under head coach Greg Fiesel, they're 10-10 on the campaign, and they will run the same 5 that they've been starting this week. That includes Gavin Sanders, number 3. Sanders, a 5'9 senior, averages 3 points a game and has 3 tournament points. Vadim Plum, a 5'8 senior, number 11 on the perimeter as well. Vadim averages 5.5 points a game, and he's had 7 tournament points. And I say it that way because keep in mind, the Eagles have played, so to speak, an extra game at this point. Then we get to the Wilhowers. Number 15, Lowell Wilhower, a 5'10 senior, averages 16 points a ball game. He has 20 thus far in the tournament. And his cousin, Braden Wilhower, a 5'11 sophomore, number 32, is averaging 16.3 points a ball game, and he has 40 tournament points thus far. As rounding out the lineup is their big man in the middle, Trenton Monet, 6'4 senior, number 50. He averages 3.5 points a ball game, and he has 4 tournament points for the Eagles here in this 89th annual NTC tournament. Again, for South Central, it's Markley, Callaway Smith, Easton, Nielsen, and Bergman. For St. Elmo Brownstown, it's Sanders, Plum, Wilhower, and Monet. And you can expect Jack Wilhower and Benji Lau to see plenty of time off the bench for St. Elmo Brownstown. Evan Hoover, Lucas Versant, Trevin Sidwell, Maddox Robb. By the way, Maddox Robb wearing number 35. He's not in the program if you are paying attention to those type of things. So those are the starting lineups and who to expect to see on the court. Looks like Luke Goldstein is going to be your lead official for this opening contest. St. Elmo Brownstown with some last-second instructions. And, Jeff, welcome to the National Trail Conference Tournament as far as the broadcast side of things.
All right, good to hear. It's going to be fun. We've got 2 coaches. It's been around a little bit. I'm sure we'll have the teams prepared. You know, St. Elmo Brownstown may have a little size factor, but for the most part, we're evenly matched height-wise. Let's just go play.
And the toss is in the air. The tip is controlled by the Cougars as they batted it in backcourt. Nielsen flips it back to Houston, and he will walk across the timeline. Looks like the Eagles are opening man-to-man. Houston bounces it left side to Nielsen. Sanders picks him up. There's a little screen out there from Bergman. Nielsen's open for a wing 3. It's no good. Rebound tapped around inside, and it goes back out to Nielsen, who controls. So they re-rack from the left wing. Nielsen brings it to the top of the key, sends it over to Callaway Smith, now to Brody Markley. Markley on the right wing, wanting to get it into the post to Smith. Smith back out top to Bergman. Bergman, one dribble, hands it to Houston left side. Had a little trouble with the catch. Got it under control. Now fires it right side to Markley. Markley around a little screen. Now Eagles switch defenders. Markley picked up. They go into the post as Callaway Smith backs in, left it with Bergman. He splits the defense, goes to the other side of the basket, and lays it up and in. First 2 points of the game for Seth Bergman a minute into the contest, and here's the pressure from the Cougars in that 1-2-2 full court. The Eagles get it across the timeline to Vadim Plum. He was trying to bounce it back out top, and Markley kicked it up in the air, so it'll stay with the Eagles along the sideline. 6:55 on the first quarter clock. We're just getting started. First of 2 tonight from Altamont as the Cougars settle into the 1-2-2 half court. Eagles putting it around the perimeter. Plum has it out top. Works it to Lowell Wilhower. He holds on the left side, but way out on the perimeter. Gets it to Graydon Wilhower down in the left corner. They cover him quickly beyond the arc there.
They do. They're not giving him any room at all.
Tip pass over to Gavin Sanders. He fires it back out top. Long pass. Markley read it, tips it, gets the steal, drives for the layup, and quickly South Central's up 4-0. Eagles looking to break the pressure. They dribble it up court. Vadim Plum got it to Lowell Wilhower. He was challenged out there by Bergman. The ball bounced off of Bergman's foot and went out of bounds.
Yeah, you can't take anything for granted. You can get the ball, you turn around, you got somebody on you. This is a very active zone defense.
Wilhower, Braden triggered it into Plum. They go out top to Lowell Wilhower. He swings it to Sanders. Back across to Lowell Wilhower in the corner. Plum. He's open for a left corner 3. Pulls the trigger. It's no good. Rebound weak side Markley. He'll push it up court, but the Eagles are back. Markley still trying to get into the lane, move to the free throw line. Now leaves it back out to Smith. Callaway gets it on the side to Houston. Houston around the screen. Now to Callaway Smith. Right wing three, left it short. Rebound Vadim Plum. He's going to push. Brings it up the left side, takes it down to the left corner. The double team follows him, but he got it out of there to Lowell Wilhauer. He looks to Sanders, top of the key three. Little strong, rebounds loose, and Nielsen tracks it down along the sideline to Smith, and they push it up to Markley left wing. Markley into the paint, stops, puts up a shot. It was a little off balance, and the rebound to Monet. We're rolling the other way. Here comes Lowell Wilhauer between defenders to Plum. In the corner, Sanders. Another three. That one's off the heel of the rim. But a long rebound to the top of the key, grabbed by Graydon Wilhauer. He has it back, launches another deep three, and again he is good. And I say again because he's been hitting threes all week. It's the first one of the night, and it's a 4-3 ball game. Whew.
You have to shoot it, too. Everything's in three.
5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Handling it on the side is Markley. Markley lobs it across to Houston. He got underneath, put up a shot. Monet comes with the help defense to block it. It goes towards the corner. Vadim Plum tried to save it, couldn't get there in time, and it'll stay with the Cougars. But what a recovery, Jeff.
Oh, good help side defense.
So a trio of new faces in for the Eagles. Jack Wilhauer's out there. Benji Lau is out there. And see who else came in. Thought there was three. Maybe not. Yep. It's just two, apparently. So the Cougars work at the inbounds around the perimeter. They've got it with Houston. He goes into Bergman trying to post up. Plum knocked it loose from behind, but Houston got to it. Cougars reset as Callaway Smith now holds out stop. He takes it to the left wing. Settles for a long two. They didn't pick him up. Smith made him pay. Callaway Smith's first point makes it 6-4 in favor of the Cougars, or 6-3 rather in favor of the Cougars. Graydon Wilhauer to the timeline. They're still not across it. Now Plum bounces it, but it wasn't in time. And there's a 10-second call. And Coach Fiesel says, guys, those are the kind we can't give up.
Got to go downhill, not side to side. But it is a little intimidating. Once you get it downhill, you're getting trapped most of the time right away.
So the Cougars will try to take advantage. They lead by 3. They've led in this one by as many as 4. The inbounds and backcourt halfway through the first quarter to Houston. Eagles still man-to-man. They go to Markley to Bergman to Houston left wing. He works across to the top of the key, hands it off to Nielsen. Nielsen guarded by Jack Wilhauer. On the left side, tries to go baseline, got around his man, got to the hoop, shot up, no good, left it short, but he's bumped and fouled, and Weston Nielsen earns a trip to the free throw line.
Jack Wilhauer in a foul. It's his first one. Team first.
Played over half of the quarter before we got a foul whistled. As Nielsen puts the free throw up and in. He's the 4th Cougar to score already. Takes his time. Puts this one up. It's off the side of the rim. Bounces off the backboard and comes off no good. Rebound to Jack Wilhauer. He hands it to Graydon Wilhauer. Or flips it to Plum. Plum to Graydon Wilhauer, ahead to Lowell Wilhauer. He penetrates to the free throw line, leaves it with Plum on the left wing. Out to Graydon Wilhauer, back to Plum. Now to Lowell Wilhauer, left side. Out to Plum, around to Lau. Now they get it to Graydon Wilhauer. He's in the right corner. Didn't quite have the look he wanted. Got it out top to Lau. Lau's cross-court pass is tipped. North Clay knocked it loose. St. Elmo Brownstown went to the floor and backcourt to try to get it. Now we've got a wild scramble with the Cougars on the floor with possession of the ball, and Coach Doring takes a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well with 3:16 to play in the first quarter. It's South Central 7 and St. Elmo Brownstown 3 on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Well, it was a wild scramble there. Looked like both teams had a chance to secure it. Finally, the Cougars on the floor had possession long enough to get a timeout call. Inbounds in backcourt from the timeline to Heaston. He initially had a step on his man, but Plum recovers. So Heaston brought it over to Markley, left wing, back to Heaston. Kind of isolating now on the right side with Heaston. He gets a screen out top from Smith. Callaway leaves it with Bergman. Seth Bergman bounces it to Weston Nielsen. He brings it towards the wing, now top of the key with a pass to Smith. Bergman catches at the high post at the free throw line, leaves it with Markley right side. Markley has it knocked loose, recovers at the top of the key, now picks up his dribble and hands it back to Seth Bergman. Bergman from the right side of the top of the key, passes it to Smith on the left side of the top of the key. He brings it to the wing, hands it to Nielsen. Nielsen steps towards the baseline, loads up a three, no good. Long rebound on the weak side, grabbed by Markley. He spins to the basket and puts it up and in. Brody Markley with 4, and it's a 6-point advantage for the Cougars. The Eagles work against that 1-2-2 full court. Plum lobs it up to Lowell Howard. He looks in the corner to Lau. Lau brings it out to the wing, got it back out top to Plum. And a little bit of a late call, but I think they got it right. It looked like Plum took a step before he got the dribble down.
Yeah, I think he saw a hole down the lane. He went just before he put the ball on the floor. This zone is pretty good. We're right in front of us. It's almost like a man, but it's zone. But they're getting after you.
Easton will check out of the ball game. In for the first time is Jalen Smith. He wears number 45. He's a 6'1 senior. That moves Markley to the point this trip. They get it to Evan Hoover, who slipped in there as well. He's on the left wing. Gets it back out to Markley. Now they go to Jalen Smith at the top of the key. Right side to Nielsen. He's way out on the perimeter, but gets the screen, squared up, but didn't pull the trigger on a three. Gets it to Callaway Smith. He goes inside to Jalen Smith, who had good post position. Works to the basket on the left side and sticks it up and in. Smith off the bench with 2 quick points, and now the Eagles take a timeout. Minute 44 to play in the first quarter. It's a 30-second break. South Central leading St. Elmo Brownstown 11-3 on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
Minute 44 on the first quarter clock. It's 11-3 in favor of South Central, and Greg Fiesel took an early timeout there. He needs to get things settled down for his club. Minute 38 on the clock. They beat the press. They get it to Lau, corner three. That worked out, didn't it, Jeff?
Absolutely.
He buries it from the left wing, or left corner, rather, and it's 11-6 with a minute 25 on the clock. Big bucket when they needed it. Markley out top, looking to work against the man-to-man. Gets it out, way out top to Jalen Smith. He's over on the left side. Looks down in the corner for Nielsen. Little screen and roll, but the Eagles recover. They get it out top to Callaway Smith. He buries the three. Callaway Smith with 5, and it's 14-6 with a minute to play here in the first quarter. Full court, 1-2-2. Eagles slowed down, trying to beat it. They get it to Plum. Now ahead to Sanders back out there. He leaves it back with Graydon Wilhauer, who tries to penetrate. Got it knocked loose by Callaway Smith, but he recovers. Left it with Sanders across the Plum. Now left side to Lowell Wilhauer. They get it back to Graydon Wilhauer on the right wing to Sanders. Sanders skip pass. Good thing Lau is that tall. He was able to go up and get it and save it. Yeah, fires it back out to Lowell Wilhauer. Again to Lau in the corner. Another three. This one short. Rebound, and we've got a whistle and a foul. We'll have to sort it out as there was lots of bodies going for the board. Coach Doring looks puzzled, so apparently it's against the Cougars.
I don't know if he's necessarily unhappy. He just didn't know.
Yeah. So Trevin Sidwell, number 30, checks in. 5'10 junior will see his first action, as apparently Hoover got called for a push trying to get position for the Cougars. So it's an inbounded ball from the baseline. The Eagles work it around the perimeter. Vadine Plum tried to leave it with Wilhauer, and the pass was too hot to handle from that close a range, and the Cougars take it away.
That's Dano's third turnover for the quarter toward the end here.
Sidwell across the timeline, picked up his dribble. There's 10 seconds on the clock. He's needing help, but he got it to Nielsen. Nielsen from the right wing gets a screen, moves to the top of the key, fires the three, hits it with 4 seconds left to play in the quarter. Inbound to Plum. He can't get a shot away as the quarter comes to a close after Nielsen hits a three late to push the advantage to 17-6 as we head to the second quarter of the consolation bracket game. It's South Central leading St. Elmo Brownstown on 97.9 XFM.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
McMahon Meats would like to wish all area teams good luck this basketball season. Join the McMahon Meats Loyalty Club. Text BACON to 217-515-MEAT to receive a text with our weekly specials, along with a coupon for 1 pound of bacon free with a minimum $50 purchase. McMahon Meats, where quality and convenience meet tradition.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. Call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690.
Eagles will have the ball to start the second quarter. They trail this one 17-6. The South Central Cougars take advantage of extra opportunities, and they lead this one by their biggest margin of 11. Jeff, first quarter stats.
All right, St. Elmo Brownstown, we had 2 for 7 for 28% from the field. Did not attempt a free throw. Had 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers, and all their shots were three-pointers. They were 2 for 7 for three-pointers. South Central, 7 for 10 for 70%, 1 for 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 1 turnover, and 1 for 4 for three-pointers.
Eagles moving the ball around the perimeter as the second quarter's underway. The zone is being effective. Lau gets it to Plum. Plum drove to the free throw line, kicked it to the corner for Graydon Wilhauer, and he fires a three and buries another one. He has 6, and the Eagles are back within 8, 17-9. 7:30 on the second quarter clock as Sidwell takes the pass on the left wing, lobs it inside to Bergman. He posts up on the left side. First shot left short. Thought he might get the rebound, but Wilhauer slipped in front of him and grabbed the board. Braden brings it across the timeline. Looks to set things up again against that 1-2-2. They work at the Plum. He's on the left wing. A little bit of a low, lazy pass. Heaton went for the steal, but he did get Lowell Wilhauer across the arms. And that's a break for the Eagles with the foul committed.
It was just a little bit of a bump. It was enough to throw him off. But if foul wasn't called, he had an easy layup at the other end.
So a couple of changes for the Cougars. Back to their starting 5, it appears, as Smith and Markley back in. Inbounds from Graydon Wilhauer along the sideline. He got it right back to Lowell. Lowell tried to drive in the lane, lost the handle. He falls down. Cougars pick it up. They get it ahead to Nielsen. Nielsen can't connect on the layup underneath. St. Elmo Brownstown tried to save it, and apparently Plum was out of bounds when he batted it to a teammate, so it stays with the Cougars to inbounds on the baseline.
Both teams are very patient offensively, just looking for the good shot. So far, you didn't see a whole lot of forced shots yet.
Couple of changes for the Eagles as the Cougars work the impounds. They pop Markley free on the right side. St. Elmo Brownstown recovers in time to at least foul him to prevent the easy layup, but Markley goes to the line for a pair.
As Jack Wilhauer, I believe, is called for the first one, the second of the ballgame.
So, first one on the way for Markley is good. Markley has 5 in the ball game, and now we'll see number 22, Lucas Powell, 5'11 junior, getting his first chance tonight, I do believe. Powell in as Jack Wilhauer sits for the Eagles. Free throw for Markley, good again. He has 6. Makes it 19-9, a 10-point edge for South Central. Graydon Wilhauer in backcourt, working against the 1-2-2. That pass a little too tall. Lowell couldn't get it. It sailed into the St. Elmo Brownstown bench for another Eagle turnover.
And they extended that zone a little bit this time and kind of brought a three-quarter court and forced the turnover.
6:46 to play in the second. Easton triggers the inbounds in backcourt to Markley. Markley working against Lowell Wilhauer, crosses the timeline. Gets it to Heaston, way out on the left wing. Heaston lobs it to the high post. They got it to Bergman. Bergman handed it to Markley. Markley moves back to the top of the key. Shot for 3, no good. Rebound tapped, and Vadine Plum has it for the Eagles. Gets it up to Lowell Wilhauer. He tries to drive baseline. Cut off by Bergman. Bergman didn't touch the ball, and it bounced out of bounds off the Eagles.
That's 3 turnovers already in the quarter after having 3 in the first quarter.
And we're all not even 2 minutes into the second. As Easton works it to Markley, way out on the right side, gets a screen, moves to the top of the key, inside the arc, now bounces it in the post to Bergman. Bergman backs it back out to Markley on the right side. Markley directs traffic. He's wanting to get Bergman in the post, but the help defense is close enough to prevent a pass. So Bergman comes to the high post to get it from Callaway Smith. Flips it right back to him, now to Houston left side. Sage Houston across to the top of the key, now to Nielsen right wing. He gets a screen from Bergman, rises on the top of the key 3, and he hits. Weston Nielsen with 7 now, and the lead is 22-9 in favor of the Cougars. Well, you give Nielsen a split second, he's going to bury it.
He doesn't take long to get that shot off. He doesn't need a lot of room.
Eagles break the press. They get it in the middle of the lane to Powell. Powell handed it to Monet. Monet was working his way up with a shot. He got hit across the arm, and Monet will go to the line for a pair.
And that's Callaway Smith's first foul.
Cougar fans didn't like it. They thought he'd stripped him pretty clean, but we had the perfect view of it.
Might even hurt a little bit of a slap.
You could see it got him across the arm. Monet's free throw is off the back iron, rattles around, hits the rim a couple of times, and pops off. No good. So it remains a 13-point lead for the Cougars, 22-9, as 5:32 shows on the second quarter clock. This one for Monet, off the rim, no good. Markley the rebound. Houston slipped behind the defense. Catches, not cleanly, though, under the basket. Has to send it back out top. Markley from the wing into the lane. Now he kicks it right side to Bergman. Shot for 3, no good. And in the battle for the board, here comes a Cougar foul.
And that's Gage Easton's second foul. Team third to the quarter already.
So Cage has a seat, and Evan Hoover back in. 5:18 to play in the second quarter. Eagles break the press. They get it in the middle to Plum. Plum looks in the corner to Powell. He tries to go into Monet. He has a tough catch, but he goes strong to the basket after he got control. Shot, though, no good. Rebound Plum, but he's trapped in the corner. Momentum pulling him out of bounds, so he has to save it in. And the Cougars step in front, get the steal, drive to the other end. And a foul as Markley took it to the hoop. We'll sort out which Eagle picked up the personal. Like 1-5, I believe.
Lowell Wilhauer.
Apparently the bump was on the floor before the shot attempt. So Nielsen will sit for the Cougars. Having a seat is Monet for the Eagles, as Dodge Wilms will come in for Vadim Plum. And we already had Benji Lau replace Monet. So Hoover looking to get the ball inbounded from under the Cougar basket. Finds Bergman cutting to the right side of the lane. He sends it back out to Jalen Smith. Jalen to Callaway Smith. He hands it to Hoover. Hoover to the top of the key. Back to Bergman. To Hoover. Now to Callaway Smith left side. He works around a little screen. Looks to Jalen Smith. Right side of the top of the key to Hoover. Right wing. Almost got it knocked away, but gets it back, and the Cougars send it out top to Callaway Smith. He bounces it to Markley, left side. Gets to the basket on the left side. Around his man, layup good. Brody Markley with a strong move and a good finish makes it 24-9, and apparently the ball got mixed in amongst the cheerleaders over there. So the officials blow it dead so the Eagles could get it.
That was bad for the Eagles. It gives South Central a chance to set up this nice 1-2-2 press.
Lowell and Graydon Wilhauer in backcourt. Graydon gets it across the timeline with a pass to Lowell. He looks to Wilms. Wilms tries to force it into Powell. The ball was knocked loose, but Lowell Wilhauer gets it back, finds Graydon on the left side of the top of the key. 3 no good. It's saved in bounds by Wilms, but it goes to Markley. Markley looks up court for Hoover. Hoover to the right side, cut off by Graydon Wilhauer. Gets it out on the wing to Callaway Smith. He works into the lane. First shot blocked. He got it back. Callaway will put that one up and in. He has 7, pushing the lead to 26-9. Halfway through the second quarter, the Cougars take the timeout. The Eagles take the timeout. It'll be a 60-second break, and we'll take one as well here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3. Diedrich Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC Tournament. Diedrich Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Greg Fiesel took the timeout. His club down 26-9 halfway through this second quarter. Got to find a way to solve this zone and get some better looks, right, Jeff?
Absolutely. A couple of times they got good looks. They went to the basket and kicked it out, just like right here we're seeing right now.
They got in the middle to beat the zone. They send it to Lau for a corner three. Shot no good. In the middle, Bergman just grabs the rebound and rips it away from Lowell Wilhauer. Handed it off to Weston Nielsen. He's back on the court. Flips it to Markley on the right side. Markley got a screen, worked opposite of it, took it to the baseline, lost the handle a little, so he gathers and gets it back out to Jalen Smith. They hand it to Hoover. Hoover cuts to the top of the key where he finds Bergman on the right side of the top of the key, leaves it with Nielsen. Nielsen to Smith. That's Jalen. He's the only Smith out there. You go to Markley. Another quick move down the left side. Got to the basket. Got hit from behind on the shot attempt. Brody Markley's going to the line, and the Eagles haven't found an answer to stop the drive from Markley.
Absolutely not. I think that's on Lowell Wilhauer. I believe that's his second foul.
So with 3:19 to play in the first half, free throw on the way for Markley is good. He has 9, and that makes it 27-9. An 18-point lead. That's the largest for the Cougars, and they're still looking to add to it with the second opportunity. It rattles out no good, but a rebound for Hoover. Hoover clears it to Markley, skips it to Nielsen. He's open on the left side for 3. Left that one short, but he got to the rebound. Stops and pops for a 15-footer. That's good for Nielsen. He has 9, and the lead goes to 20, 29-9. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Braden Wilhauer in backcourt dribbling, needing somewhere to go with it. Lobs it ahead to Dodge Wilms. His pass batted back, but Wilhauer was there to get it as Wilms was immediately double-teamed. Braden got it to Lowell Wilhauer. He moves in from the wing, weaves into the paint, leans in, shot no good, and Seth Bergman clears the Cougar rebound. He'll hand it off and bringing it up is Markley on the right side. He stops and pops for a long 2. Brody Markley looked like he was maybe going to penetrate and all of a sudden rose up and buried this long 2.
Kind of a lost art, a mid-range jumper. Kind of lost art.
South Central knocks the pass out of bounds right at the timeline, so the Eagles will keep it. But we'll have a substitution in for the first time tonight. It's Calvin Felker, 5'7" sophomore, wearing number 12. He's out there with Vadim Plum now, and Braden and Lowell Wilhauer and Benji Lau. Inbounds goes in the backcourt, but they get it right back across the timeline. Does Lowell and Wilhauer and Vadim Plum. Plum with it between the rings, bounces it down to Lowell Wilhauer in the corner to Braden Wilhauer. Shot for 3, no good, but a weak side rebound to Velker. Velker got it to Lowell Wilhauer. He tried to penetrate, and as he made his move towards the basket, he got fouled. And with 2:12 on the clock, it'll be the Eagles to inbound from the baseline. Braden Wilhauer will trigger the inbound, flips it to Plum on the wing. Nobody covers him up. He pulls the trigger for the 3, and he buries it. Well, Vadim said, if you're going to leave me open, he made him pay. 31-12, right back up court. A quick 3 taken by Markley as he just worked to the left wing and rose on the jumper, no good. Lowell Wilhauer grabbed the rebound, took it all the way to the basket. Nobody got to him until he took the shot, and a foul is called as Lowell Wilhauer hit the deck under his own bucket.
Probably the easiest way to break a 1-2-2 press.
Yeah.
Just go. You know, don't let him get set.
Grab the rebound and get down court. So Jalen Smith is tagged with that foul as the first of 2 free throws is up and good for Lowell Wilhauer. His first point of the night makes it 31-13. Couple of dribbles, a spin in the hand for the senior from St. Elmo Brownstown. Puts that free throw up. It's good. He hits them both. He has 2. And with 1:52 to play in the second quarter, Benji Lau will sit, and Trenton Monet is back in as the Eagles go full court. Appears to be man-to-man. Markley got it inbounded to Hoover. Hoover hands it back to Markley. They're going to clear out and let Markley bring it up court against Velker. He crosses the timeline, goes to the right wing, now goes towards the baseline, gets all the way underneath, but the layup is no good. Rebound controlled by Wilhauer. It's Graydon for St. Elmo Brownstown. He brings it up the left side. Cougars got back in the half court defensively. They bat a pass in the backcourt, but it's tracked back down by the Eagles. Vadim Plum has it, gets it high post to Monet. Monet has trouble with it, and it's stripped and taken by Smith. Jalen Smith bringing it all the way up court, but Monet recovers to block the layup. Now Smith recovers to knock it away from Wilhauer. Graydon, though, goes to get it back. Wow. Graydon up ahead to Velker. To Lowell Wilhauer. Drives the baseline. Got inside. Contact with the body. And going to the line is Lowell Wilhauer. And a minute 5 on the second quarter clock.
In all that, I think I got a few turnovers. We made 6 turnovers from St. Elmo Brownstown out of that. And we're up to 2 for South Central now.
I mean,
the pace has picked up a little bit.
Some good defense, a little sloppy ball handling, all combined to a wild sequence there that ends with Lowell Wilhauer getting to the free throw line. What was that? Jalen Smith's second foul?
Second foul.
So the free throw rattles out this time as Jalen Smith will sit down. Seth Bergman back in. Callaway Smith comes in. He replaces Maddox Robb. By the way, I didn't even catch that Maddox Robb was on the court. I apologize to Maddox. But he sits right back down. As free throw on the way, rims around, and is good. So Lowell Wilhauer splits the pair this time as Vadim Plum will sit down, and checking back in is Lucas Powell. Cougars trying to find somewhere to go with the inbounds. Markley pops free, and everyone clears out and lets him bring it up court against Velker. Markley to the center circle, bounces it to Callaway Smith, left side. He holds. Gets it out top to Bergman. Bergman on the right side of the top of the key, back across to Hoover. Hoover had it knocked away for a second by Lowell Wilhauer, but he got it back and hands it out to Nielsen. Nielsen bounces it to Markley, left side of the top of the key to Smith on the right side of the top of the key. Callaway looks it over, now to Berkman. Flex offense here for the Cougars. A lot of cutters and passing as Hoover has it right side of the top of the key, now to Nielsen. He was a little deep, opted not to pull the trigger on the three. Got it back to Markley. 24 seconds to play in the quarter. Markley from the top of the key got a step on his man, tried to drive and dish it. Pass was tipped, but it goes all the way out to Callaway Smith. He controls in the center circle. He passed it to the side, got it back in the center circle. Now with 10 seconds to play, the Cougars got it to Hoover left side. They go high post to Callaway Smith. He hooks it to Markley. Markley got stripped of the ball under the basket, picked up by St. Elmo Brownstown. They launched a shot from just inside half court at the end of the second quarter. It came up short as the period came to a close. After the first half of action, it's South Central 31 and St. Elmo Brownstown 15 here in this consolation semifinal matchup in the opening game of Friday night of the 89th annual NTC tournament. We'll be back in 90 seconds on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers. Thanks for watching the NTC tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
Good to hear the powerful pep band of Altamont High School entertaining the crowd here at half, where it is South Central 31 and St. Elmo Brownstown 15. South Central had quarters of 17 and 14 for their total of 31. St. Elmo Brownstown with quarters of 6 and 9 for their total of 15, as it's just been a pretty dominating performance thus far for the Cougars on both ends of the court, as it turns out, as South Central is trying to propel themselves into the consolation championship game against Windsor Stu Straws here tomorrow at approximately 1 o'clock. St. Elmo Brownstown trying to do the same, but it's going to take a big second half for them to be able to overcome this South Central Cougars ball club. Meanwhile, later tonight, it'll be Dietrich and Altamont to decide who takes on St. Anthony in the championship game of this National Trail Conference tournament, as we've looking forward to that matchup between the 2 and the 3 seeds. Jeff Dunn's been working on the numbers. Let's send it over to him.
All right, first half stats for St. Elmo Brownstown. They were 4 for 16 for 25% from the field. They were 3 for 14 for 21% free throw line. Got to check that back. I don't think that's right. We got rebounds, 11 rebounds, 9 turnovers. Earlier in the first half quarter, they took care of the ball, got a little sloppy with 6 turnovers in the second quarter. But 4 for 11 from the three-point line. For South Central Cougars, they shot 54% for 12 for 22 from the field, 4 for 6 for 66% from the free throw line, 12 rebounds, 4 turnovers, and 2 for 7 from three-point line. Not a bad half. You can see the South Central Cougars, the 1-2-2 zone press. What you don't see, what we see a lot of, is there's so many tip balls, Matt. They're not always getting the turnover, but their hands are in the passing lane. You know, you got to give St. Elmo Brownstown too. They're down a lot, but they're playing hard. They got a solid man-to-man. They're overplaying a little bit. The effort's there on both sides of the floor.
I mean, you're right about that. It's been an entertaining game, but at the same time, as far as the effort level and that sort of thing, but at the same time, the Eagles just haven't been able to find a way to get points inside at all. They like to shoot from beyond the arc, and they're good at it. Don't get us wrong, but you got to balance that out a little bit more than what the Eagles have been able to do here in the first half. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more of the halftime show brought to you by Compass Advisory Group, as the Cougars lead the Eagles 31-15. We'll be back in 90 seconds on 97.9 XFM.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases, because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
South Central leads St. Elmo Brownstown 31-15 here at the half. Jeff gave you the team stats. Let's look to him for some individual numbers.
All right, first half stats for St. Elmo Brownstown. Got Gavin Sanders was 0 for 2 from the field, grabbed a rebound. Verdine Plum was 1 for 1 with 3 points from the field, had 1 rebound. Bo Wilhauer was 0 for 3 from the field. He went 3 for 4 from the three-point line. He finished the first half with 3 points. Drayton Wilhauer was 2 for 4 with 6 points, both being three-pointers. Like Matt said, they launched a lot of three-pointers. Most of theirs are. Trenton Monet was 0 for 2 from the field and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Also, Vinci Lau was 1 for 3 from the field with 3 points. That rounds out scoring for St. Elmo Brownstown for South Central. We got Brody Berkeley, which finished with 10 points. Callaway Smith was 3 for 4. Didn't shoot a lot, was pretty productive with 7 points. And Weston Nielsen finished with 9 points. Steph Bergman finished with 2 points. He went 1 for 2 from the field. And down at the bottom, getting to the ball game, Jalen Smith was 1 for 1 from the field with 2 points. One thing I've noticed, Matt, place is starting to fill up a little bit.
Yes, it certainly is. It's a warm gymnasium here at Altamont with Dietrich and Altamont getting set to square off. Boy, that's become a good rivalry over the years as Dietrich joined the NTC a few years ago. Probably been more than a few now, but that's just how it seems to me.
It was just like yesterday.
and it's been a lot of fun with them being a part of the conference as well. And we're going to look forward to Cumberland joining the conference next year as they have committed to join the NTC in all sports except baseball. They'll continue to play football, and they'll continue to play that in the Lincoln Prairie Conference. But they'll be joining the NTC for all other sports, and that should be a lot of fun as well. We'll take a 60-second break and get you set for the second half of action. It's South Central 31 and St. Elmo Brownstown 15 here on Classic Hit 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
The powerful pep band of Altamont High School entertaining the crowd here at half as the teams head back towards their coaches for some final instructions. South Central leads St. Elmo Brownstown 31-15 as we head into the second half. Keep in mind, Altamont and Dietrich, the semifinal matchup in the late game tonight. See who moves to the championship contest. Thanks to Jeff Dunn for helping us out with the broadcast here at Altamont. Dustin is over at Teutopolis. They are getting set for that girls game on KJ Country 102.3. Pregame show probably in around 20, 25, 30 minutes over there with Effingham and Teutopolis. A Sun-girls matchup on a Friday night here, the last day of January. Back to action as Cougars trigger the inbounds and backcourt to Cage Heaston. He leaves it on the side to Callaway Smith. Back out top to Cage. He works it from the center circle to Nielsen on the right wing. Pushed out by Sanders. Gets a little screen from Bergman. Now has picked up his dribble as Sanders recovers. Eagles in the man-to-man as Barkley comes to get it on the left wing. Barkley looks out top to Bergman. Bergman, one dribble. Now he's picked it up. He's on the right side of the top of the key, and he flips it back out top to Nielsen. He gets it high post to Callaway Smith, who goes on the attack, works to the right side. Layup no good, but he's fouled as he split the defense. Callaway Smith earns a trip to the charity stripe.
Flip to Lowell Willhauer. I'm correct. That is his third of the ball game already in the early third quarter.
That's going to be an issue for Coach Fiesel. He'll have a big decision to make with 7:24 on the clock. Down 16 at this point. I think you just got to roll with it.
At this point, you kind of take some chances right here, trying to get yourself back in the ball game with your starters.
Callaway Smith's first free throw off the heel of the rim, no good. The second one is good, however. He has his 8th point of the night as the Cougars try to apply the pressure. The Eagles brought it up court. Lowell Willhauer was pressured along the sideline in front of the Eagles bench. He lost it out of bounds, and it'll belong to South Central after the Eagles turn it over. Not the ideal start for St. Elmo Brownstown here to this second half.
Turnovers, you can't turn the ball over when you're down this far. You got to get some shots in the air.
Markley has it left wing. Backdoor cut. It's Nielsen. He gets underneath. Reverse layup. Good. Nice finish by Weston Nielsen and a nice find as well, Jeff.
Absolutely. I mean, it's flex offense. There's a lot of movement, a lot of motion. You got to know where your guy's at. A lot of backdoor stuff.
Eagles beat the press. They get it back to Will Howard, top of the key. He leaves it. Lowell does to Graydon. Graydon pulls up for a 15-footer left side. Left it short. Bergman a rebound. Outlet to Markley. Markley crosses the timeline, gets into the paint. Now leaves it back out to Bergman. Steph dribbles to the right wing, hands it to Nielsen. His man fell down. Weston Nielsen's wide open in the corner, and he buries the three. And the lead is now 37-15, the 22-point lead, the largest of the night for the Cougars. Eagles try to beat the pressure. They get in the lane. Lowell Wilhauer wanted to leave it with Monet underneath. He can't handle the pass. It's off of him out of bounds for another Eagle turnover.
2 turnovers in a quarter already.
Monet has a seat as Benji Lau checks in for him. Markley lobs it inside to the post to Bergman. Bergman doesn't like the look. Got it out to Heaston. Heaston had it knocked away. Gets it back. Drives into the lane. Tries to shuffle a pass off to the wing. And he gets called for steps.
Got a little bit of hurry. Knew what he wanted to do. The ball. Just got to hurry.
6:10 on the clock. Eagles will work against that full court 1-2-2. The Wilhauers, Lowell and Graydon work it back and forth as Graydon gets it across the timeline. Ahead to Sanders, catching three from the corner. Gavin Sanders buries it. He has his first points of the night, and it's the Eagles' first points of the second half, making it 37-18. It's over 2 minutes gone. Markley on the left side drives in, got double teamed, sends it out to Bergman, top of the key. Bergman hands it to Cage Heaston. Heaston works to the top of the key, now picks up his dribble, lobs it back for Callaway Smith. He takes it to the left wing, finds Nielsen in that corner. He brings it out to the wing, gets a screen from Smith, skips it to Markley on the right side, drives baseline. He hooks the pass to the cutter. It's Callaway Smith. He catches and lays it up and in. He's in double figures with 10, and it's 39-18 with 5:22 to play in the third.
It's not always what you do with the ball. It's what you do when you don't have the ball. The cutters are cutting, and they're finding open layups tonight.
Eagles got in the middle of the lane, but they kick it back out to Graydon Wilhauer. He got it in the corner to Sanders, back to Wilhauer, tried to penetrate. Ball knocked loose, but he caught it back and sends it out to a teammate. Eagles reset the offense as Lowell Wilhauer gets it to Sanders left side, bounces it back to Lowell. Lowell way out at the top of the key and beyond to Benji Lau. Back to Lowell Wilhauer, around the defender, gets into the lane. Little runner is good. Lowell Wilhauer has his 5th point of the night, making it 39-20 with 4:45 to play in the third. Markley handling on the right side. Gets into the lane with the left-hand dribble. Dumps it underneath to Heaston. Heaston faked like he was going under the basket, then all of a sudden stopped and put it up on the right side and got it to go. Paige Heaston's first 2 points, and now the Eagles have trouble with it, but saving it is Graydon Wilhauer on the sideline to Lowell Wilhauer. He penetrates, goes back to Graydon, and Graydon knocks down the wing three. And now on the inbounds, Markley was trying to throw it up court, and he crossed over the baseline before he made that pass, and that'll be a turnover, giving it back to St. Elmo Brownstown under their hoop.
That's the second turnover South Central Cougars.
So Gavin Sanders will check out. Jack Wilhauer in for the Eagles as we have a trio of Wilhauers out there. Reminder,
have fun.
Jack is the younger brother of Lowell, and again, Graydon is their cousin. Inbounds from Graydon out top to, that's Lau. Benji hands it off to Vadim Plum. He bounces it out top to Lowell Wilhauer. He drives the right side of the lane, finds Lau in the corner for three. It's off the back iron, no good. Weak side rebound. Callaway Smith claims it for the Cougars. He'll trot it up court halfway through the third quarter, leaves it on the side to Evan Hoover, who's back in the ball game. He brings it to the top of the key, bounced it for Bergman. The Eagles were there to knock it away, but Bergman recovers. Now he flips it to Markley on the backdoor cut. He gets to the basket, and Brody Markley lays it up and in. He has 13, and it's a 20-point edge for the Cougars, 43-23. Plum gets it down to Jack Wilhauer. He was along the sideline, almost had a foot out of bounds, drives into the lane, lost it. Loose ball to the Cougars. 3:30 on the clock as Markley hesitates, and he carried it. They let you get away with that a little more than they used to back in the day, but that one was a little even more extreme.
Almost didn't didn't want to call that real bad, but he had to. It's pretty obvious. And you are right. That is something that's not called much anymore at all.
Substitutions each way. We'll try to set the floor as we get the ball moved up the court. It's Velker back out there for the Eagles. He plays catch with Lowell Wilhauer. They got it across the timeline. Lowell is to the left side of the top of the key, bounces at high post for Jack Wilhauer. Lowell comes to get it again on the wing, drives into the lane before he got a shot away, which, by the way, went in. He was fouled on his way to the hoop.
Foul on Callaway Smith is second.
Inbounds in the corner to Lowell Wilhauer. He got into the paint, but Callaway Smith knocks the shot away. It's picked up in the corner by Graydon Wilhauer. He tried to get it to the wing, and stepping in front is Weston Nielsen. He picks off the pass. Gets it up court to Hoover in the corner. He works around a little screen, gets into the lane. Little runner in the paint for Evan Hoover is good. The senior from South Central has his first point, and the lead's back to 22 for the Cougars. Graydon Wilhauer sees a double team coming, works his way around it, but drives into the lane, lost the handle. Going to the floor to try to save the possession is Velker. Velker then bounced it off of a Cougar foot. It's loose on the floor. Melee down in that right corner as there's four bodies at least going for that jump ball before it's whistled. And the possession arrow keeps it with St. Elmo Brownstown.
Seems like the ball was a little hot. Nobody wanted to grab it. Everybody kicking it around.
Trevin Sidwell, 5'10 junior, in to replace Brody Markley, who's put together a solid night tonight. He'll get a breather as the inbounds from St. Elmo Brownstown goes top of the key to Lau. He got it to Lowell Wilhauer in the corner to Graydon. Back out to Lowell. They get it to Velker. He's in the left corner. Back to Lau. Lau to Velker again. Tried to get it into Jack Wilhauer, but Sidwell knocked it loose. Got the steal. Another turnover for the Eagles as the Cougars push it up court to Nielsen. Nielsen on the left wing. Crosses over. Gets to the baseline. Layup. Good. Weston Nielsen has 16, and it's 47-23 with 2 minutes to play in the third. Velker crosses the timeline with it as Calvin looks back out top for Graydon Wilhauer to Lowell Wilhauer. They get it in the corner to Benji Lau. Lau, couple of dribbles, brought it to the wing. Ball got knocked loose and went into backcourt. Tracking it down was Lowell Wilhauer to Velker in the corner to Graydon Wilhauer. He fakes the three, gets into the lane, flips up a runner. It's good for Graydon. He has 11, and with a minute 35 to play in the third, Drake Fiesel's going to take a 60-second timeout. We will as well. It's South Central 47, St. Elmo Brownstown 25. You're listening to the National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
McMahon Meats would like to wish all area teams good luck this basketball season. Join the McMahon Meats Loyalty Club. Text BACON to 217-515-MEAT to receive a text with our weekly specials, along with a coupon for 1 pound of bacon free with a minimum $50 purchase. McMahon Meats, where quality and convenience meet tradition.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. Call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-3240.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Minute 35 to play in the third quarter. The Eagles are going to try some full court pressure. Got to try something here, trailing in this ball game.
Got to speed him up a little bit, see if they can force 3 turnovers. He's not getting a lot of shots.
Inbounds from Sidwell goes to Jalen Smith. He hands it back to Sidwell. He's going to bring it to the timeline. Crosses over on the right side. Now hands it in on the right wing to Houston. Houston gets a screen out top from Smith. Looks across for Maddox Robb. He's open for a long two. It's no good. Rebound Lowell Wilhauer. He's bringing it up on the run. Gets underneath. Puts the shot off the glass. Back there to defend was Robb, and then he grabs the rebound as it rattled off for Wilhauer. Cougars bring it back up court. Easton brings it to the left wing. Looks to Nielsen. Guarded closely by Jack Wilhauer. Gets a screen from Robb. They send it out to Smith. Now inside to the posting Robb. Shot no good. Easton grabbed the rebound but was immediately triple teamed. Ball is now tied up between Easton and Monet. Possession arrow keeps it with the Cougars.
you can kind of see the momentum is still swinging more and more towards South Central. They're getting a lot of loose balls, a lot of the rebounds. Just the effort plays, they're getting just about all of them right now.
Easton trying to trigger the inbound. Nielsen cuts to the baseline. He stayed in bounds, but was under the basket, flipped it to Jalen Smith. Smith had a good look, but couldn't connect, and the Eagles grabbed the board. Lowell Wilhauer brings it to Graydon Wilhauer in the corner to Sanders. Sanders tries to pass it out to the wing. Easton knocked it loose, and then it hit Graydon Wilhauer before it went out of bounds for another Eagle turnover here in the third quarter.
Again, that's his own defense. They're just getting in past the lanes, just picking a hand up, kicking it. He batted it, and it just happened to go off the St. Elmo player.
Sidwell struggling to get it inbounds. Finally, Nielsen popped open in backcourt to catch it, and now he'll bring it up court against the full court man-to-man. Leaves it with Jalen Smith right side. To Maddox Robb, left side of the top of the key. Bounces to Heaston on the right side of the top of the key. It's that flex offense for the Cougars. Handling it out top is Sidwell. He bounces it to Nielsen. Wilhauer, Jack had thoughts of a steal. Couldn't get there as Nielsen came to the ball. They get it to Smith, now out top to Heaston. Under 10 seconds to play in the quarter. They go to Sidwell on the wing. High post to Jalen Smith. The cutter Heaston heads to the basket. He got hammered, and Heaston will have to pick himself off the floor as Trenton Monet comes over to help him. And Heaston will head to the free throw line with 2.8 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Gavin Sanders first.
Sanders clearly prevented the easy layup.
Absolutely.
But he went for the ball.
He went for the ball. But if you watch away from the ball, the cutters for South Central, they're cutting hard. There's a lot of open cutters. Sometimes we're just working the ball too much, maybe letting a little clock run, but there are a lot of cutters that are open.
2.8 seconds to play in the third. The first free throw was no good for Heaston. He'll have another chance as the Wilhauer sit. Graydon and Lowell for St. Elmo Brownstown. Heaston put that free throw up. It's good. Benji Lau, the inbounds to the lone remaining Wilhauer, Jack. He throws it 3/4 of the length of the court. It's well off the target as the third quarter comes to a close. South Central leading this consolation bracket semifinal matchup 48-25 here at the 89th National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Diedrich Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Diedrich Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Thanks for watching the NTC tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Welcome back to Altamont, 48-25. South Central lead, St. Elmo Brownstown. Jeff, you have the third quarter numbers?
I do, Matt. St. Elmo Brownstown shot 62%, 5 for 8 from the field. For the floor, did not attempt a free throw that quarter. 3 rebounds, 5 turnovers, 1 for 1 from the three-point line. South Central is 7 for 10 for 70%, 50% from the line, 3 rebounds, 3 turnovers, and 1 for 1 from three-point line.
Eagles have it to start the fourth quarter. They've tried to attack this zone, but they put Benji Lau in the middle of the paint, and apparently he never vacated. A 3-second call eventually against the Eagles, as not exactly the way Greg Fiesel wanted to start this quarter.
Started the third quarter with a turnover, started the fourth quarter with a turnover.
48-25 to score, 7:44 to play in the third as Nielsen took the inbounds in backcourt. He was guarded closely by Sanders, but he got it across the timeline, looks back for Markley out in the center circle. Sidwell on the wing, in the post to Bergman, back to Sidwell. Sidwell drives to the free throw line, cut off by a pair of Eagles, gets it back to Markley. Markley works around the screen. Lowell and Graydon Wilhauer switch. Markley backs out to the wing, looking for Maddox Robb in the post. Robb on the right side, gets it out top to Bergman. Now left wing, they go to Sidwell. Trevin on the drive, again to the free throw line, again cut off, sends it to Robb. Robb gets set the screen for Nielsen, who has it on the left side. They swing it around to the right side now to Markley. Markley around a little screen, hesitated, got into the lane, forced up a shot that time. It's no good. Got his own rebound. Took the pass across the lane inside to Bergman. Seth sticks it up and in. He has 4 and a foul whistled as well. Seth Bergman could extend the lead at the stripe with a charity shot.
Again, he was just in the right place at the right time looking for a weak side rebound and was strong enough to take the contact and put it in the basket.
So it's a 25-point advantage as the Cougars have doubled up the Eagles here in this one. The free throw's off the mark. The rebound batted out of bounds by South Central with 6:54 on the clock. Seeing a lot of the regulars in right now, but as this fourth quarter goes along, probably going to see a few substitutions if it stays with this type of margin, because both of these teams play pretty early tomorrow. Eagles work it around the perimeter against that zone. They've got it with Graydon Wilhauer. Back to Lowell Wilhauer to Vadim Plum in the right corner. He penetrates, leaves it with Lowell Wilhauer. He gets into the lane, stops and pops a little 8-footer. It's no good. Rob the rebound, leaves it with Markley. Markley pushes it up the right side, gets a screen from Bergman, goes around it to the free throw line, cut off by Graydon Wilhauer. Back to Bergman. Bergman works in from the wing, muscles his way to the hoop, and Seth sticks it up and in.
And you had the key there. He muscled it. He just took advantage of his little wider body, took advantage of his size.
Now Callaway Smith dives for a pass out top, knocked it in the backcourt, but Vadim Plum was able to recover. Up by 27, you're still seeing that kind of hustle from Smith. They get it to Graydon Wilhauer. He's going to fire a deep three. It's no good. Rebound out of bounds. Trying to save it with Lowell Wilhauer, but he had a foot on the line before he jumped with it, and it'll go to the Cougars. Lucas Berstott, 6'1" senior, in for the first time for the Cougars as Bergman heads to the bench. Now Weston Nielsen and Brody Markley will sit down as well as Evan Hoover is back. And where else are we here? Did Heaston return? That might be it. He has it in backcourt as it is. He had a little trouble with it. Lobbed it to Callaway Smith, who gave it right back to him. Heaston across the timeline. Now looks for Berstott out top. Berstott didn't have the right angle to catch that pass, and it hit off his hands out of bounds. It'll go to the Eagles on the kind of a rare Cougar turnover.
Yeah, they've handled the ball really well this evening. I mean, the pressure St. Elmo's defense has been pretty active.
Quick three as they got it down to Sanders in the corner. It's no good from the left side, and the Cougars grab the board as Heaston brings it up court. 5:30 on the fourth quarter clock, 52-25 to score. South Central with the ball and the lead. Heaston picked up his dribble out top, needs a little help, and it's going to come from Coach Doring. He'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll take a 30-second break as well. 5:25 to play in this one. 52-25. Cougars lead St. Elmo Brownstown on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams, in the tournament.
.5:25 to play in the contest, 52-25. South Central took the 30-second timeout because the pressure was still there from the Eagles. Would have been a turnover without it. As it is, Heaston from the high post got it to Hoover. Hoover at the elbow of the free throw line, cleared it back out to Callaway Smith. He holds for a little bit, now leaves it with Hoover, who pops free, way out top to Maddox Robb, right side of the top of the key. Robb flips it to Heaston. Heaston looks for the cutter. It's Smith. He's under the left side of the basket, took up a shot. It's blocked by Lau. And the rebound to Calvin Velker, who's back on the court for the Eagles. He brings it up court, finds Plum on the right side. Plum to the free throw line, rises on the jumper. It's no good. Rebound Berstott. He saved it in bounds as he was falling out, and it's grabbed by the Eagles. They penetrate in the lane. Plum got into a crowd, got it taken away. Easton looks ahead to Hoover. Hoover drives the right side. Shot no good. Rebound tapped all the way out to the corner where Vadim Plum has it. He looks up court. Gavin Sanders is ahead of the crowd, but the Cougars recover. He tried to pass it back out top. The Cougars knock it away. Hoover gets the steal, drives to the other end. Plum went for the steal back, but got too much of Hoover, and a foul whistled against the Eagles.
For Dean Plum with his first foul.
Parker Doty, 5'6" senior. I believe it's the first time he's been in the ball game for St. Elmo Brownstown. As Plum sits, and so does Sanders. I believe Dodge Wilms came in as well. Inbounds to Hoover on the weak side. He had it poked loose by Wilms. Picked up by Powell. Powell hands it back to Wilms, who drives the right baseline. Sends it across the baseline to the opposite corner where he finds Lau. They got it out to Velker. Back to Lau in the corner. Back to Velker. Back to Lau. He's going to take the corner three. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound grabbed out of there by Houston. Halfway through the fourth quarter, he's just going to walk it up court for the Cougars. Now fires it ahead to Sidwell on the left wing. Sidwell gets a Bersat screen, moves to the free throw line, looks for Rob. Rob lobs it underneath to Bersat. First shot no good, got his own rebound, put back. Oh, it rolled off as well. Rebound taken out of there by Lucas Powell for the Eagles. He brings it up the left side, double team, ball knocked loose, but he got it back, steps through the defense, and as he does, he's knocked to the floor, and there's a foul. I believe Alex Carey, the official, is indicating a couple of shots are on the way.
NFL's on Maddox Robb. I have him for his first foul.
So with 3:34 on the clock, we've been stuck at 52-25 for a while. See if we can fix that, but can't with the first free throw as Lucas Powell's shot came up short.
That scoring's kind of slowed down this quarter. We got a total of 4 points this quarter between the two teams.
Keelan Spiegel checking into the ball game for the first time. The 6-foot junior replaces Lau. This free throw rattles around and pops off, no good. Evan Hoover grabs the rebound. So the Eagles have played everyone available for them in this game. 3:30 on the clock as Hoover gets it to Rob. Rob to Houston. You can say the same for the Cougars as well. Houston penetrates, wanted to dump it back to Rob. Stepping in front, knocking it loose was Parker Doty. And it's going to go to the Cougars. Or, excuse me, to the Eagles. St. Elmo Brownstown. Trigger the inbounds. They'll bring it the length of the court. Dodge Wilms looks ahead to Velker. Velker with 3:13 on the clock puts up a wing three. Trying to recover defensively was Hoover, but he got Velker across the arm on the shot. And Velker will go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, got him on to follow through just enough to, say there's a foul.
So, Calvin Velker's more than happy to go to the stripe. He'll put the first one up. It's nothing but net. He has his first tournament point, making it 52-26. Velker puts the next one up. It rattles around but drops through. So he's 2 for 2 this trip, looking to finish it off 3 for 3. You don't always see that. Hard to hit 3 straight free throws.
Hard to hit 2 sometimes.
Yeah. Free throw on the way. Boy, it's good. Calvin Velker connects on all 3, making it 52-28 with 3:10 to play here in the fourth. Cougars push it up to Houston. Houston gets a screen from Bersat. They cover the roller, so Houston hands it off to Rob out top. Now to Sidwell left side. Oh, quick move to the baseline. Jump stop in the paint. Nice move for Trevin Sidwell. He puts it up and in. With 2:54 on the clock, we've got a timeout for substitutions, and that will allow Houston to sit. And I said South Central had played everybody, but that wasn't true. Logan Byers now checking in the ball game, number 14. So it's 54-28 as Eagles almost turn it over with an over and back, but they got to it. Velker with it on the wing, gets it out top to Wilms. Wilms penetrates back to Calvin Velker. He's going to load up a wing three, left that one short. Rebound, guess who? Mr. Byers just into the ball game as Logan clears the board and leaves it with Sidwell. Sidwell gets a little screen, now works to the free throw line, leaves it with Bersat. Bersat hands it off to Maddox Robb. They work it around the perimeter, and Hoover spots the lane to the basket after a screen set for him. Scoop layup, no good. Byers tipped it, but it's controlled by the Eagles' Powell. He brings it up the right side. Robb, though, strips him of the ball. He got it cleared to a teammate. That was Bersat, who flips it to Sidwell. Nice job there by the defense for the Cougars. Now Sidwell steps behind the screen, pulls the trigger on a three, and he buries it. Trevin Sidwell with 5 in the quarter.
Up until the last 2 possessions, Sidwell's just been a distributor. He's just looking to pass the ball. He's taking 2 open shots and made them both.
Wilms skips it over to the left side to Powell for the Eagles. He looks baseline to Spiegel. Spiegel came out to the wing to catch the pass. Now gets it out top to Wilms. Wilms to Powell. They try to go into Spiegel. Knocking it loose is Burset. Sidwell picks it up. Minute 35 on the clock. 57-28 the scores. The Cougars cross the timeline. Sidwell dribbles to the top of the key. Leaves it out there with Hoover. Hoover got a screen from Byers. Byers rolls to the basket. Shot no good. Got the rebound. Puts that one up and in. Logan Byers has his first 2 points of the tournament. Makes it 59-28. Technically, we're under a running clock situation with 1:10 to play. Velker has it right side. Gets it in the corner. Handling it there is Doty. Back to Velker. Around to Spiegel. They skip it to Wilms in the left corner. Wilms with 1 minute on the clock. Sends it back across to Velker. They skip it right back to Wilms left side. Crosses over. Got to the baseline. Rises on a 15-footer. It's no good. Rebound Sidwell. He's packing the stats in here lately.
He is. Finishing strong.
Sidwell looks to Coach Doring. Doring says, let's just run our offense here with 40 seconds to play. Hoover brings it across the top, leaves it with Byers. Byers to Robb. Robb out top to Burset. They go to Sidwell left side. Fakes the three. He had no intention of taking it. Brings it back out top, and they reset. Sidwell has picked up the dribble. Needs some help now. Bounces it to Hoover. Hoover from the center circle. Puts the dribble down. They come close enough, so he's got to move a little bit. Now he'll hand it. Nope, fakes me out. Now he does hand it to Byers. 10 seconds on the clock. The Eagles are backing off defensively, and we've got our final score. South Central 59, St. Elmo 28. As the horn blows, officially in the ball game. The Eagles drop to the 7th place game. That'll open things up tomorrow at 11:30 as St. Elmo Brownstown will take on Neoga. South Central moves to the Consolation Championship as they will take on Windsor Stew Straws following that 7th place game around 1 o'clock. That'll be the middle game of our first session tomorrow, which will finish with the 3rd place contest as Dietrich and Altamont are now getting set to take the court here for the semifinals to see who plays St. Anthony for the championship and who drops to that 3rd place game against North Clay tomorrow afternoon. In the final score, 59-28, South Central over St. Elmo Brownstown. We'll come back on the Farm Credit Illinois postgame show with Jeff Stats, with interviews with the coaches, and more here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers. Thanks for watching the NTC tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
This is the Farm Credit Illinois postgame show. Farm Credit Illinois, assisting farmers for over 100 years.
Big roar from the crowd as the Dietrich Moving Maroons take the court. They will begin their warm-ups. Altamont has already appeared and are going through their pregame ceremonies as we look forward to that semifinal matchup between the second-seeded Altamont Indians and the 3-seed, the Dietrich Moving Maroons. But first, we have to wrap up the consolation semifinal bracket game that just took place that saw South Central improve to 14-7 on the season as they grabbed the 59-28 victory over St. Elmo Brownstown as South Central jumped out early and never really looked back, up 17-6 after the first quarter of action. They had a 31-15 lead as they headed into the locker room as they outscored St. Elmo Brownstown 14-9 in the second quarter. A 17-10 advantage in the third quarter for the Cougars, and an 11-3 advantage in the fourth quarter propelled South Central to the 59-28 victory as St. Elmo Brownstown drops to 10-11 on the season, and again South Central moves to 14-7. So Neoga will play St. Elmo Brownstown in the opening contest tomorrow morning. That will get us underway at 11:30. Our pregame show around 11:15 or so. Once again here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM. Windsor Stew Straws will take on South Central in the consolation bracket game around 1 o'clock. And then the third place game will follow between North Clay and the loser of this Altamont-Dietrich game. That'll be around 2:30 as we wrap up the morning session, so to speak, with that contest. They'll clear the gym, make preparations for the big championship game, as it'll be St. Anthony taking on either Dietrich or Altamont. Just been working on some numbers, as I believe he might have some team stats for us. Let's go ahead and send it to him for those.
I do have team stats for St. Elmo Brownstown. For the game, we went 11 for 31 for 35%. Free throw line, we shot 6 for 11 for 31%. They only had 12 rebounds. They kind of got out-rebounded this evening, which what Taylor decided they got too many turnovers to get enough shots. And they were 5 for 15 from three-point line. For the South Central Cougars, the free field goals were 44 for 54%. Free throw line, they were 6 for 12 for 50%. Had 19 rebounds, 10 turnovers, and went 4 for 9 for 44% from three-point lane.
Thank you very much, Jeff, for those numbers. And we see Blake Doran has made his way up to the booth, so we'll give him a chance to slide on the headset as Coach Doran's club pulls away with the victory tonight by a final score of 59-28. And, Coach, boy, your team jumped out early and just never looked back this evening.
Yeah, I thought we played really well, and, you know, we moved the ball and got great shots, and I thought our size and physicality defensively really bothered them.
You got to take advantage of those opportunities when you have them, and your club certainly did it, especially that 1-2-2 zone, which is kind of a staple, kind of what you and the South Central Cougars are known for. But, you know, it worked really well for you here tonight.
It did. The only part of the game I was displeased with was about the last 2 minutes there before halftime. We were up 31-9, and they scored, 5 or 6 in a row. And so we put a big emphasis there on starting the third quarter strong, and I thought we did, and unlike the other nights, and didn't want them to cut into the lead, and kind of got control there and kept control. So
we talk about it all the time. Those first 3 minutes or so of that third quarter dictates a lot of games. And like you said, if they rattle off 6 or 8 straight, now all of a sudden it's a ball game. But if you guys take that advantage, you've kind of not secured it, but at least put a pretty good hold on it.
Yeah, I thought if we could get it to, I don't know what we were, 15.5, and get it up to 20 there in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, I thought make my life a little less stressful than the other way.
It can be a stressful week, especially when you only have the first opportunity to play for until Wednesday, and it's the late game. I was in that situation 30-some years ago, and it was like, boy, we wait and we wait and we wait to finally get to play, but then you have to play Wednesday, Friday, and again Saturday. It turns into a quick week at the end of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I mean, I think any coach would tell you none of them are easy this week, and, you know, every game's just a battle, and hopefully we can come out strong tomorrow and build on today. So,
and you're going to have to come out strong tomorrow against a pretty good Windsor Stew Straws club as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they're pretty darn good, and Gurgle kid is fantastic, and they got some good solid pieces to go around him. So,
well, Coach, it's always a pleasure to chat with you. Congratulations on the win, and we'll let you get out of here and start to make preparations for a quick turnaround for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Blake Doring of the South Central Cougars, nice enough to come up to the booth and spend some time with us, and we look across the way and we see that Greg Fiesel is also walking into the broadcast booth, so we'll hand him the headsets real quickly here. And, Coach, unfortunately, I guess for you and your Eagles, I have to have kind of the opposite conversation that I just had with Blake Doring, complimentary of his club and how they came out to the quick start. It just didn't happen tonight for the Eagles.
No, they played. There's
that's the best I've seen them play in a long time. So, they really played. They played well. Hats off to those guys. But we didn't show up. We showed our youth tonight. We showed our inexperience. For some reason, we regressed, and I don't know why.
The Cougars play that 1-2-2 zone defense, and they really challenge you on the perimeter, but they do also collapse when there is a drive into the lane, and that really kind of caused some issues for you guys trying to get some points, especially in close.
Yeah, and we didn't. I don't know what we shot the ball. We couldn't have shot it very well either, but we struggle with outside shooting. We struggle with ball handling, other than Lowell and Graydon. Everybody else struggles with ball handling. We're just, tonight we just weren't strong enough. We'll come here tomorrow and maybe a different game. This is the way this team is. One night we're showing up, we play really well, and then we come up here tonight, and I didn't think, we just were outmatched right off the bat.
Much like what we talked about with Lake Doring, you wait until Wednesday night to get your first opportunity to play in this tournament, just with the way the seeds fall. Yeah. But then how it worked for your club, you're going to have to play 4 games in 4 days, and that'll be a challenge going up against the Neoga team that is playing some better ball, it seems to me, at this point in time.
Oh, yeah, it will. If we play like this here, Neoga will get us. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I'm not going to lie to anybody. We've got to play better, and we've got to have guys that's going to play both ends, And, we do have – I'm disappointed tonight. I love these guys. I go to bat for them, and they try hard, and they do work for us. Sometimes they don't. Our listening skills and what we say in the locker room, what we bring on the floor is 2 different things. And that's the part that gets me. We've got to listen. You're always old enough to listen.
Well, Coach, a learning experience for your club here today, and another opportunity tomorrow in this tournament, which is always a big thing to come out of this tournament with some wins. Yeah. And you got a chance to get another one tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. We'll be here. I know it's short turnaround on it, but 4 games in 4 days. That's whatever. But we're young too. We ought to be able to handle it. I would have relished it myself. I love playing. I'd rather play than practice. So, like I said, I like these guys. Their heads are up. They'll keep trying. Tonight, we couldn't make a basket to save our lives, and that hurt us. So,
Coach,
we'll be here tomorrow, ready to go.
We'll let you rest that voice a little bit more. We appreciate you spending time with us after the games, and we look forward to seeing the Eagles and how they respond tomorrow morning.
I hope we do. I hope we come here tomorrow and play well.
That's Coach Greg Diesel. Always a pleasure, Coach, as he'll hand the headsets off. As the final score in this one was 59-28. I think Jeff is ready with the individual stats. Let's check with him.
All right, here we go. For St. Louis Brownstown, we got Gavin Sanders, went 1 for 3 from the field, finished with 3 points. Verdine Plum, 1 for 3 with 3 points and had 4 rebounds. Lowell Wilhauer was 3 for 4 from the line, 2 for 6 from the field, finished with 7 points and a rebound. Graydon Wilhauer was 4 for 7 from the floor with 8 points, 1 rebound. Chris Monet, 0 for 2 from the field and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Jack Wilhauer went 0 for 1 from the field to grab a rebound. Benji Lau was 0 for 2 from the free throw line, 2 for 6 from the field, had 3 points and 1 rebound. Lucas Powell did not attempt a shot, but he grabbed 4 rebounds while he's in the ball game. And down at the bottom, Gavin Belker went 3 for 3 when he was fouled from a 3-point line with his 3 points and 1 rebound. For the South Central Cougars, we start with Brody Workley. Went 3 for 4 from the line, 5 for 9 from the field with 13 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. Callaway Smith went 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 4 for 6 from the field with finished with 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Gage Hyten was 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 2 for 2 from the field, 5 points and 2 rebounds. Weston Nielsen was 1 for 2 from the line, 5 for 10 from the field, finished with 14 points and 2 rebounds. Seth Berman here had 0 for 2 from the free throw line, 3 for 5 from the field, finished with 6 points and 2 rebounds. Evan Hoover got in the ball game with 1 for 3 with 2 points. Lucas Burstock was 0 for 2 from the field with 1 rebound. Trenton Sidwell was 2 for 2 with 5 points and 2 rebounds. Maddox Robb saw the floor with 0 for 2 and was a rebound. And the other one was fast was Logan Byers, grabbed 2 rebounds and was 1 for 2 from the field with 2 points.
All righty, Jeff, thank you very much for the stat work and the color work and stepping up and helping us tonight as Dustin is over on KJ Country 102.3, a game that's probably underway between the Effingham Lady Hearts and the Topless Lady Shoes. As he slid over there, as Greg had a family emergency, as we'll keep our prayers with him and his family at this time as well. But thanks again for stepping up and helping out tonight, Jeff, as we work our way through the first. Now we're headed to the second game. It's Altamont and Dietrich in a semifinal matchup. We'll come back with the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show.